Good evening, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google+. This is Rich again, back for your third and final video blog of the night for Friday, April 29th, 2016, around 7:26 in the evening in Billerica, Massachusetts. The sun is going down and it was a pretty decent day, around 60 in Billerica after a frosty start. Tomorrow's the pick of the weekend. It's going to be close to 60 again, but beginning on Sunday afternoon, on and off the Monday night, heavy rain showers. Then a break on Tuesday, but Thursday and Friday could be in a damp pattern again. Sucks, because we should be heading into summer, but we're still cool and raw. Some news to report. The Dallas Mavericks were notified that their star player, Darren Williams, is going to opt out of his contract and become an unrestricted free agent. And sad news to report, in the world of retail business, the Sports Authority's reorganizing plan has failed, so that means they're going to be closing down their remaining stores. They're going to auction them off, and I wouldn't be surprised if Dick's Sporting Goods take some of them away. And that's about it on news. My third and final video blog subject of the night is about the WWE's ruthless aggression era. The ruthless aggression era was from 2001 through 2005. The ruthless aggression era of the WWE was with the brand split and eliminating their competition. The ruthless aggression era started on the invasion angle, where they had WCW wrestlers and ECW wrestlers merged together with the Alliance, headed by Stephanie McMahon and Shane McMahon and Paul Heyman, to face off against the WWE, headed by Vince McMahon. That was a long-running feud, but it flopped because many big names of WCW didn't sign, like Hulk Hogan and Scott Steiner and Kevin Nash and Lex Luger and Sting and Ric Flair and Goldberg, and it was just mid-card or lower mid-card wrestlers. The only big names were DDP and Booker T. And also Triple H was out during this invasion angle. Lasted for 5 months, but eventually the WWE won. And then the ruthless aggression era continued with like Stone Cold continuing his brief feud with Mr. McMahon and the stupid Kiss My Ass Club, which that got horrible it was pointless. And also, like, they unified the World Championships with Chris Jericho becoming the new unified champion. And around the same time, like, Ric Flair came back to the WWE as the co-owner with Vince McMahon, and they had a long-running rivalry, which was pretty decent. And Triple H, was taking charge of like becoming the top star of the WWE around this time. And around 2002 February, the NWO came to the WWE with Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, and Hulk Hogan. And Hogan, despite being a heel, was cheered by the fans. And eventually he faced off against The Rock at WrestleMania 18, and the crowd was cheering for Hogan instead of The Rock. They turned Hogan face. Also at WrestleMania 18, Triple H beat Chris Jericho for the WWE title. And also during the next night of Raw, Hogan turns face, and the next big thing debuts. I'm talking about Brock Lesnar. He comes in and wipes out a lot of wrestlers, and he's managed by Paul Heyman. he would go on to Meteoricus rise in WWE, eventually becoming the WWE champion at SummerSlam 2002. And they had the brand split. Some wrestlers were on SmackDown, some wrestlers were on Raw, and they ran different crews. And the brand extension was originally going to be WCW back in 2001, but that flopped. They didn't have the name value of it, so they had to do the invasion angle. And Vince McMahon says it's ruthless aggression. Also, during this time period, Stone Cold Steve Austin walked out of the WWE because he just got tired of doing jobs. Came to find out that Stone Cold Steve Austin was in a domestic dispute with his wife at the time, Deborah. And the brand split had general managers. It was Eric Bischoff on Raw and Stephanie McMahon on SmackDown, and soon Bischoff and Stephanie would have a long-running feud. And they had like a Raw title, which was the world title, and the WWE title went to SmackDown. And they eventually created like a tag team title for both Raw and SmackDown, and they still had the women's title. They kind of phased out the Intercontinental title at this time period, which was kind of stupid. Also, they had an awful angle with like Kane and Triple H, when Triple H has like sex with a dead Katie Vick. Well, it was like kind of a mannequin, but it was awful. And also on SmackDown, like Tori Wilson had a feud with Dawn Marie. Dawn Marie became obsessed with like Tori Wilson's dad, Al Wilson. That he was really playing himself there. And eventually Dawn Marie and Al got married, and eventually like Al had a heart attack on the honeymoon and he passed away, but it was just a storyline. And Al Wilson had it dead at his funeral, well, mock funeral, with some awful stuff. But like the ruthless aggression era brought a few superstars in the making. John Cena, he started off as a plain baby face and then became a white rapper wannabe. And then Batista was first Deacon Batista with like Devon Dudley as like kind of a minister. Eventually, he turns back at being a Dudley boy, and also like the Deacon Batista eventually becomes part of Evolution with Randy Orton and Triple H and Ric Flair. And also, like 2003, the WWE continues to like the brand split becomes pretty decent. Like Kurt Angle was the WWE top champion, and Triple H was still the the World Championship after Shawn Michaels briefly makes a comeback and beats Triple H for the title at Survivor Series 2002, and he drops it the next month later to Triple H, but HBK makes a great comeback, feuding with Chris Jericho among others, and also like Triple H and other wrestlers and the whole Evolution. And also they stop pushing other wrestlers, including Eddie Guerrero, Rob Van Dam, Chris Benoit, and others. They reactivate the U.S. title for SmackDown. They reactivate the IC Championship for Raw. And, the brand extension was doing pretty good. Rock left for Hollywood again, but he came back as a heel. He beat Austin at WrestleMania 19, and this was Austin's last match in the ring. And also the next night, Goldberg finally makes his appearance on WWE programming. He would last in the WWE for a year until he just decided wrestling wasn't for him. And also around this time, like, Hulk Hogan was dressed as Mr. America, but he looked at a payoff at WrestleMania. He didn't like it in WrestleMania 19, so he left. And Vince McMahon was like still the Mr. McMahon character On SmackDown, he feuded with Zach Gowen's own daughter Stephanie. Eventually, Stephanie left as general manager, and Paul Heyman was brought as SmackDown general manager, and Eric Bischoff was still running wild as Raw GM, and it was mainly with Evolution running the whole thing, and SmackDown did not have like factions, and it continued on with Raw and SmackDown brand extension for many years, but the peak of it was in like the Ruthless Aggression era. 2004 had like a kind of a changing of the guard for the WWE on the World Heavyweight Championship. Chris Benoit finally became world champion by beating HBK and Triple H at WrestleMania 20, and the WWE title. Eddie Guerrero beat Brock Lesnar for the WWE title at like No Way Out 2004, and he had a decent title reign. This was when Eddie was at his best. Eddie would hold it for a few months before he would drop it to JBL, and like Chris Benoit would drop it to Randy Orton at SummerSlam 2004, and he got thrown out of Evolution because Evolution thought like that Triple H needed to hold the belt. Eventually, Randy Orton lost to Triple H the next pay-per-view, and like Triple H was continuing to have like feuding with a lot of other wrestlers. The WWE title was JBL's, who was basically a mid-carder, who was part of the Acolytes as Bradshaw. Eventually, he just got tired of being in tag teams, and he became like a egomaniac, and he had his own cabinet, and he held the title for almost 9.5 months, which was pretty amazing. John Cena was getting an awesome push as U.S. champion. He would drop it to Carlito, but he would regain it, and the ratings for Raw and SmackDown were pretty decent, and the WWE on the Ruthless Aggression era was on cruise control through 2005. Triple H lost it to Batista, who had a long title reign, and John Cena took care of business. At WrestleMania 21, he says the champ is here, and he would hold the WWE title for many months. He would go to Raw, and Batista would go to SmackDown. And the Ruthless Aggression era of the WWE was pretty decent. It ended in fall of 2005 when the WWE went back to the USA Network, and the Ruthless Aggression era was pretty good for the WWE, and this was the last era of the WWE, which I started watching regularly before I stopped watching WWE altogether. It seems since when the Attitude Era ended, many wrestling fans left because there was no competition, and the WWE since from this point has not been that same because they really do not have competition, and all the storylines aren't the best. Watch from time to time, and it's still decent, but they don't have the next big superstar, the next big angle, because there's no serious competition for the WWE. TNA and Ring of Honor are like miles behind the WWE. They're like minor league promotions, and I'm very surprised they lasted so many years, but the WWE is the only game in town. And that's about it on that. I will be back tomorrow. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google+. You'll get 3 more video blogs. First video blog will be about the 10 greatest hockey arenas of all time. Second video blog will be about the former classic TV game show Wordplay. And the third and final video blog on that will be about MBTA Bus Route 97 from Wellington Station to Malden Station. Keep calm, everybody. I'm a Julie Button guy. Molly Roseblood of WCCO. Roxanne has nice legs. Elizabeth Hutt so stunning. She's the best. And Amy Swansea so awesome. And Penny for your thoughts. Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow. And in the words of Sean Lucha, get out.